Today on this episode of Reality Gays,
Thomas and Paula are definitely not glad to be at Gladstones.
wait a minute, are Shea and Anabelle the heart of the season?
And the category is first time doing drag and a stag do. Roll it, Christina. RG on YT, y'all.
Get down tonight, Daddy.
It's time for Reality Gays. We're here to cover another reality show. And while the video plays, just sit back and let go. Now, you may be thinking, where'd the theme song go? We made this little switch because copyright's a bitch. We got 90 Day, Norman Wives, Lalo, and more. And now you can watch us, you whore. You like to watch. You dirty slut. Yeah, you know.
Like it, don't you? A little too much. Ooh, moist.
RG on YouTube, y'all. Ooh, I want to show my creamy shoulders. And maybe my nipple. Poodle, no!
Y'all, only on this podcast for 90 Day Fiance are you going to get a little bit of inside SoCal, Southern California knowledge.
Oh.
Well, I want to ask you, if it's the night before your wedding and you want to take your fiance to a nice dinner.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where do you not take them to?
Gladstones? To be fair,
I mean, it is kind of a SoCal institution.
I'm kind of surprised this cheap-ass motherfucker is going to shell out money for Gladstones.
It's not a necessarily nice restaurant. It is
Great seafood, though.
But it's great seafood. But isn't it? It's kind of like a little bit of like an elevated, more family restaurant, right? Or how would you describe? You've got on a lot of bad dates there, I believe.
I've been not bad dates.
Well, that's true. They took you to Gladstones.
They paid.
That's a good date.
Anytime where I'm eating shrimp and lobster and I ain't paying for it, that's a good date.
That's a good day. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
The one in Malibu is closed, but this is the one.
I thought it reopened. I think.
Oh,
the one in Malibu, y'all, was almost. I mean, it was like right up to where everything was destroyed by the fire.
I think they closed before that, though.
Oh, you know what though? I'm thinking of Joffrey's.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
no, Gladstones is done.
Yeah,
in Malibu. No,
Gladstones is like, to give y'all an idea. Like, I remember, I don't think you lived in LA yet. This is when I lived with just me and OG Sissy before you moved in with us.
One of my friends used to work there. Happy used to work there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So Gladstones is like, it was before you moved here, and Sissy, her mother, got us a gift certificate to go to a nice restaurant on Easter, because it was kind of our first Easter here by ourselves in LA. And it was to Gladstones. And there was somebody dressed as an Easter bunny there.
Well, that's going to be very family.
And it was crowded with family. So that is very kind of like, we were like, ooh, a nice restaurant. We were 23
it's like
going
a
out to Malibu.
Place. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It did have beautiful views. Now I need to know if it's still open.
Yeah. No, Malibu's closed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
But Long Beach.
Okay.
Is still open.
I think it closed and then it reopened. It's saying that it is opened.
Oh, okay.
Now you got another, because look.
Oh, I got another daddy date place.
Please, because I know you've got daddies in Malibu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zuma Beach should be more like Fuck Me Beach.
Mm-hmm. Zuma.
Oh, yeah. I need to introduce the show. This is Reality Gays, y'all. I'm Mattie.
And I'm Poodle. And we are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television a new one.
We do. And today we are talking about 90 Day Fiance Season 12, Episode 16. This is our part 2, titled Last Fling Before the Ring. I would like a ring. I would like a ring. I would like a ring.
I think they went to Gladstones because there's a lot of room to film.
Nah, probably.
Because they're sitting up there. Where they're sitting, y'all. It looks like an empty restaurant.
Yes. I do agree with you, though. I would not call Gladstones cheap.
It is not.
I'm shocked that they went there.
Yeah. I'm sure he wasn't paying for it.
Now, let's... I don't think we... Hello, if you're watching us on Tuesday. It's YouTube Day. Hi. You're watching us on YouTube. Or you're on the $15 tier of RG Plus on Supercast.
You're watching us on
Patreon.
Sunday night late.
You're watching
Monday
while your
morning.
husband sleeps. Or your wife has got her CPAP on and you just need your homosexual friends. Here we are. Here we are. I said that like Jimmy Smith. Homosexual friends.
You're just glimming. Jimmy said Jimmy Smith. You mean Jiminy Glick?
That's what I meant.
Wow. He just homosexual friends.
So yes, you're what, and we appreciate you so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, thumbs up the butt, thumbs up the butt. Boop, boom. Boom, boom. Y'all are YouTube Live Under the Skirt. It's for people on the $15 tier. This YouTube Live is coming up on the 30th at 4 p.m. Almost Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. That is 5 p.m. Mountain, unless you're some state like Arizona and they don't give a shit. And then that's 6 p.m. Central if you're in my home state of Oklahoma. But if you're in South Carolina, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Oklahoma, one of the states people rated worst who we're living in. Just saw a poll.
It's not a great place to live now.
Lower 10. It was.
It's look, and I know some of you have straight pine. Don't be like, hey, no what? But as someone, I can say it because I'm from there. It is not the state I grew up in.
Yeah.
It has changed. My hometown has changed dramatically.
How so?
Well, when the Uniroyal tire plant went out of business, the Michelin, because they moved it down to Mexico.
Yeah, the carcinogenic factory, yes.
That gave my dad and everyone cancer, multiple myeloma. But when it closed, that's a lot of people out of work. It employed like a third of the town.
Yeah. So
you can't... my brother and sister-in-law were trying to sell their house. Finally took it off the market after like 2 years.
Yeah.
So the real estate, nope. That's kind of a lot of in the country. I think it's indicative of what's happening. But I remember I never saw someone experiencing homelessness until I was probably like, I remember maybe seeing somebody when I was like in middle school when we went to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go around my town of, not Lone Grove where I grew up, but 10 miles away, Ardmore, the big city of like 28,000 people.
Yes.
There is somebody unhoused on every single corner of the street.
Wow.
And when you when you go to Walmart, people don't go to Walmart now because it literally is not safe. There's people just tweaking on meth that are there at night. You can tell. And just really, I never grew up scared or like being this little effeminate boy or things,
Really?
But like, not really. Shocking. But now you go
somebody
there.
To bully you.
And Ardmore is considered one of the most unsafe cities in Oklahoma. So it's just not safe, and it's not
it's not the Eden of your childhood.
Yeah. So
maybe if you went back, you'd realize that it wasn't all that cracked up anyway.
No, I actually was talking to my friend about this that I saw the other day in San Pedro because he grew up there as well. And his sister, like he works a lot in education and stuff. And we were talking about how the town had gone down a hill. And he said, that when we were in school, Oklahoma was rated like 20th in education in the country. And now it's consistently 49, 50th.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah. So anyway, it's sad. It's sad. It's not the state I grew up in. I'm still proud to be from there because of the people I grew up around, and that I'm proud of that. But it makes me sad where I used to not be like in a crowd say I'm from Oklahoma. Yeah. I used to not feel that way, and I do now.
Well, I'm glad I asked you.
Glad you brought it down.
Bummed everybody up.
Yeah, thanks for bringing down the show. You did this.
I know.
This is on you. This is not on me.
You kept going. But that's okay.
If you think I'm Oklahoma hating, come for a poodle, not me.
You said everything.
I just
what are you
talking about? I said nothing.
Anyway,
South
Carolina's always been great. It's funny. People do have a lot of pride who are from there, and I'm just kind of like, it's whatever. But I think it's different. I was never one of those people who was just like always ready to tell everybody where I was from, and or celebrate where I was from that much. I just wasn't. I was always conflicted about it. I was always, even when I was living there.
I used to when I was younger, and then as I like got into like high school and college, but I do feel that way about saying I'm from Los Angeles and I'm from California.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
so
it's very different.
And where are we? We're supposed to be talking about dicks and tits. Not really, but that's usually
today on Dicks and Tits.
That's usually what we end up talking about anyway. So
less tits, more dicks.
More dicks. Yeah, that is. Yeah, maybe that's the show. More dicks, less tits. All right. Do we have any announcements? I don't even remember. We talked about the YouTube
on the first show.
Yeah, the YouTube live, y'all. That's where you're going to find out what.
You're going to find out the new class list. What the new class list. We started with doing all of 90 Day Fiance, covering every single episode of the friend that we had not covered previously. And then we moved on to Family Chantel. What a time to be alive.
Oh, God. Always.
I still think the people who were filming that show and creating that show didn't know what they were doing.
Probably.
They created such strange moments.
Yeah.
We analyzed the fuck out of that show, and then we moved on to Life After Lockup, or Love After Lockup, and Life After Lockup. And we are now close to completing almost every episode of that show.
I'm going to be sad. I know you're done.
But we're moving on to the next behemoth.
We are. Yeah.
And you'll find that out soon. I think you'll be pleased. If not, go suck a dick.
Suck a dick, not a tit, tit, tit. Suck a dick, not a tit, tit, tit. Because
no law you have to watch.
Tits.
Oh, well, we're going to enjoy it.
We are going to enjoy it. So,
Love Is Blind UK.
Love Is Blind UK. It's out.
8 episodes.
Hot men. I don't know. It seems like Sophie was raised in Oklahoma based off of her education.
She's pretty though. That's all that matters.
She's real pretty. But
who's Keir Starmer?
That's all right because Taylor fucks good.
He's hot. Some people don't think he's hot.
Oh, I do.
I do think he has a Mr. Peepers like quality. The Chris Kattan sketch. But there is also kind of puppety.
Puppety.
But there's some hot guys.
There's some really hot guys. Joseph, my God. Ooh. I hope some of them do some OnlyFans.
Jesus.
Well, hey. Don't put it on the business card.
I think they're professionals.
Sure. Everyone says they're not. And then
like half of them are religious.
Oh, come on. Give it 5 years and fucking Joan London's going to have an OnlyFans. Like they all got to get there.
Commercials for a place for mom. You know what I think is funny? I don't know either. I wonder if some older men they're like, Dad, we're using a place for mom to get you in a home. And I guess you can't say a place for them.
Well,
but
I
feel like they do. You can put men. You can also put your father in a home with a place for mom.
Good for Joan London. I didn't know she was doing that.
I've seen her on commercials.
That's great.
They probably walked in and they saw her. Joan, are you putting your mom in a home? Well, yes, I am. Would you like to do a commercial for us?
Might as well.
Give you 15% off.
That place those are expensive.
I can't imagine.
Good
I
for
hope
her.
my niece and nephews have enough money. Because I'll definitely have spent everything.
Well,
rehab is not cheap.
Well, you will have your pension because we're a SAG-AFTRA podcast. We appreciate them very much.
I'll spend that.
And you know that they have special nursing homes. That's just going to be a bunch of
That's right. Just a bunch of old fags.
Old fags. I
I'm gonna
can't
be
wait.
Great.
Yeah, we're set. Anyway, although I got to send them.
I have a feeling the food won't be very good.
Probably not. Is that it?
I better get alcohol.
Oh, they're going to have for actors. They wouldn't do anything unless you have to. So, yeah, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Double Lives of Suburban Wives on our $8 tier. We talked about that show a little bit last in part 1. So you can jump onto that. You can listen to the first episode of Try Before You Buy on patreon.com/realitygays. The sex, we brought up that as well. You can watch the sex. You can watch the scary movie.
Sex, the scary movie. And we have a special for RG Plus members only of
on
20-minute. Yes, a $5 level on all levels, basically. You can watch 20 minutes of Christina and I scaring Mattie.
It was really Christina.
With jump scares.
You picked the wrong one.
Well, no, I had the idea, you bitch. And Christina helped me execute it. And I sent her a YouTube list. And she said, I don't like this one. So she changed it. And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Which is what usually happens is we have an idea. And then Christina, Caitlin, or Kristen will tell us to do something
fit for consumption.
Yeah, they usually kind of guide us on those things. Just a quick shout out.
You need a team around you. You need a village.
We have the best. We have the best.
All unfortunately named with the K consonant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The K cult.
The K cult. Ooh, I like that. Before we jump in, we just want to send a shout out and love to our. We don't have a ton, but we have some wonderful sissies in Hawaii.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for saying that.
They're dealing with the flooding,
with the hurricane,
in the hurricane, horrific conditions.
Sending y'all love.
We are
with climate change. This is going to happen more and more, and
I think it's going to happen in Los Angeles sooner than later. The way our water is warming up and it's so humid.
You are such a Cassandra. I swear to God.
So I'm so sorry.
Where do you get that?
That was my mother's voice. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
That wasn't necessary when we're talking about people from Hawaii.
That was so my mother.
Gross. As we were saying, we are sending y'all love. Hawaii love.
We are. Okay.
I guess
is it
that's
time?
it. Now you have ruined everything.
I did kind of bring down the show a lot.
Yeah, good job.
But
I should not have asked you why Oklahoma sucked.
You did. All right. Yeah. Let's talk. Well, Paula, that right now, she thinks Long Beach sucks because Thomas is there. But you had some thoughts. You started to talk about it last episode, and I made you save it.
Whole scene.
It's confusing. So speak to that. Why?
They go back and forth. I understand jitters. But I don't understand how he was just kind of staring at her. Her insecurity didn't match up with his kind of his affect.
Well, either it was fake or though, it's interesting because I'm kind of shocked. I just really now noticed it because I wrote on one of my notes, like kind of towards the end when she was like crying and saying, you're pushing me. And he kept saying, no, it's not that hard. It's easy. You'll like it. And I thought he never actually listens to her. He steamrolls her opinion.
He does.
And he never, ever validates her.
No,
he in a way, it's gaslighting, and then he's making her feel dumb.
He does after they have an argument.
Yeah,
but not during,
not before or during. Yeah, he's always like, "Oh, you're being silly. Yeah. Oh, you're being." And she's feeling the way, like you feel if someone says you're being sensitive or dramatic.
Yeah, and then I scraped them, sharped them, or I slit them with my nail.
Which I don't think Paula has. Maybe she has a miniature nail somewhere.
You got to sharpen it.
You got to sharpen. But I bring that up though, that like she completely, it just devalues her.
I wish I could believe it. I understand she feels that way. I just don't understand There's footage of them getting ready in the morning, and
that we see next on, and you're
I'm
like,
just
wait a
like,
minute.
What happens at the end of the night or tomorrow morning that puts aside all this? That's why I'm just seeing the two events.
Yeah, the way it
happening back to
ended,
back.
the way it ended, we need to see a coming together before we see next day in the wedding.
And it felt really not final, but it felt like there's too big of an obstacles.
Yeah.
It was, you know what it was? It's laying it on too thick. That was
a
my
great
issue.
word for
Why I thought it was fake.
I can understand that.
So they're riding on the back of his bike, and because he didn't want to pay for parking. I'll be fair. It is $20.
All right. It's $20.
It's still parking. It's still parking. I put my car in a space and no one does anything for me, and it's $20 fucking dollars. Parking is the biggest scam ever perpetuated on the public.
Haven't you also said
scam?
Haven't you also said you would love to own parking lots?
Maybe. Well, I could scam the scammers.
Oh, sure, that would be it.
Parking is a scam.
But it's the night before your wedding.
100% agree.
She said, it kind of broke. She's like, I wanted to look pretty. I'm wearing a dress. I wanted to look nice for you.
Yeah.
And it's Long Beach. And I will say, parking is easy there. Like in LA, you're paying a lot of money for parking, and it's really hard to find a parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like there are cheaper places to park that aren't $20.
Not on the beach. Not on the beach down there.
Guess not down there.
That's how they screw you with the valet.
Look, you know my history with parking. Few things make me angrier than parking. I agree.
In episode 1, I was calling for a people's revolution. So I'm about to do it for parking.
That I can get behind, but I'll still film you and post it on my TikTok so it goes viral.
So, she says she's not happy with the mood tonight. It's not what she wanted right before their wedding. And he tells her she looks beautiful, but she says, you know what? She starts off with saying, sometimes I don't think you're mature enough. I think it's that why I'm questioning it is it just feels like neither of them are really listening to the other, what the other is saying.
That's fair, actually.
And it feels like just like they're lobbing things without really responding to the other.
That's a great way to put it.
And that's why I said, I think this is fake. I do agree with you, though, about the way they've argued before. He gets in snit fights, says, why can't you see it from my perspective?
when they were driving on the bike, I totally thought of you because he was all like,
hold your hands on there. This is
put
safety.
Your hands, then you'll be safe. I agree with you. I could take his voice for 10 minutes.
Oh,
and unless
then
he just has
shove a sock in his mouth.
Unless he has just an amazing pendulous schlong.
It's not huge, but it's pretty.
That takes me out.
It's not huge, and he knows how to use it.
I will say he's got good hair.
He does, and I think he's a good looking guy.
I think he's a handsome guy.
I would never be able to put up that personality, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
If you think I'm cantankerous and set in my ways, Thomas is 10 times worse.
I think you just found your drag name. Cantankerous.
Cantankerous.
No, it'd be C period and tankerous.
C and tankerous. Stop beating on your desk. It sounds like a goddamn steel drum. C and tankerous.
Please do drag. I would
I'm
go
not
to that
talented
show.
enough.
Well, that's true.
The thing.
We're not.
All these gay guys and all these guys out here doing drag, I'm leaving it to the professionals.
That's true.
Like every gay guy in New York has done fucking drag, and I'm just like, y'all, can we leave it? Just can we all? Does everyone have to jump in the pool? Does everyone?
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, where was I? So she says, sometimes I don't think you're mature enough. You know, I told you want to drive, but you told you let's drive it. You wanted to bike. Always your will wins. She's like, I did my hair and it's all messed up. And he said, I like adventure. He's like, but sometimes I want to be an adult. And she said, she said that. I'm sorry. She says, I like adventure.
But I want to be, because he says, we've got to save a ton of money.
Yeah.
And that's where they talk about parking.
Yeah.
And she says, I don't want him to force his lifestyle on me. And I went, that is fair. That is what he is. He is not. I don't see where he's been trying to compromise.
I totally agree. Yeah. And she says, you need to learn when the appropriate moment for things. You saw me unhappy all the way here, and I'm losing myself in the little things, and I'm afraid of becoming a monster. And then this is where he just kind of goes out of nowhere. It must have been a big edit, or they must have filmed for like 4 fucking hours, because everything was edited in such a way of trying to get sound bites. And there was no actual talk. That's why I call this whole night a date BS. I don't think it actually happened this way. He says,
she's pretty convincing though, as upset as she was.
I totally agree, but I don't see them talking to one another. See, he wasn't. And he's like, we have a problem. We spent 3 months with no compromises. I'm not happy with some of the stuff you're doing and the requests you're making. All general, nothing specific.
Well, he does say, you seem obsessed with consumerism.
Okay. That is a choice for him. He cannot expect her to take up this kind of like, you know, not dumpster, not freegan lifestyle that he almost has.
It is almost like a freegan.
Where he's like, you know, and I don't think it's fair to say, I don't feel like you're invested in the future of our family and things like that. But she even says, then she doesn't pivot off of that. She has a new thought and says, I'm concerned to marry you. You're not changing. She doesn't. What I'm saying is neither of them are responding.
Yeah.
And it feels like they're both giving debates. I think this was edited in such a way to be deceptive.
Maybe it was a real conversation, but the way it was edited,
the way
made
it's
it feel
chopped up makes no sense.
Because her
at all.
emotions seemed very real.
I agree with that. I just think we are being misdirected on this couple. Something awful.
That could be it. And she's starting to cry because she's like, I don't want to say goodbye to my family.
Which is a whole other thing.
And she said, I see my family here, and I'm thinking, it would be so easy for me to go back with them and go home.
Yeah.
And
she does say, you're doing a foie gras of your lifestyle down my throat. I was like, that's quite a graphic image, like with the goose.
But that is, I agree.
What she's doing. That's what he's doing.
I mean, I did say from the first, the reason why, like, he grew on me a little bit, but remember how I was fucking triggered because he did nothing to make her feel accommodated or welcome in a new country where she had just given up her life.
For sure.
That really rubbed me the wrong way.
I think she says, I want to go back to Brazil. I need time to download and process this information. And then he says, and he basically is like, so you're making these wild, he says, you're making these wild claims that you're ready to leave at a moment's notice. And
which triggers him because he can't
be left. He has abandonment.
Has abandonment issues because of his shitty family. Which I guess we're dropping that storyline about dad and stepmom coming to the wedding.
I honestly like them as a couple, but the whole storyline's been a mess. I really have had a hard time tracking it.
I would be. I think there's somewhere in the middle. I think it's a bit of the editing, but I also think, like we both have said, we thought they would get married, but it's going to be a rough first 4 years for them. They've got a lot of shit they need to work out.
And I'm just saying, I think what we've been covering are things that are filmable instead of like this whole thing. This whole conversation was so cut up and messy. I don't know what they were. No one really ever got to talk to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then she randomly, he's like, you know, she said, he basically says, you know, I just wanted to challenge them. Your natural instincts are the easiest. And she just goes, you're a fucking son of a bitch. And you're so annoying. And it comes out of nowhere.
Well, It does. I don't feel like nowhere. It comes out of, and because I agree with you. I think this was a longer conversation. The way that he, because you nailed it. Neither of them are picking up what the other person's putting out there.
No, they're not responding.
But she keeps putting out there and he's dropping it and dropping it and dropping it and dropping it. And so finally she gets resentful and she gets angry and lashes out. Whereas she puts it out there, puts it out there. And then we don't see him do it in this episode, but we've seen it before. He'll freak out and almost, remember, that's when he has those like childlike temper tantrums.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what to do with it. So I the more I think about it, I think it's probably less about fakery and more about the editing. I think there's I can see that. Anyway.
Yeah. And then he's like, are we still doing this? And she goes, I can't. This is too much. And I just wrote, I don't understand what just happened here. I don't know. This is the issue with sometimes when you're, this is the late story. This is the late starter. And a lot of times it means they don't have enough. They don't have enough footage. So we're having to collapse everything into a storyline. This story did not fit into kind of a traditional 90 Day Fiancé format. It just didn't. And the people don't really, it felt like old 90 Day in the way, but I think the way the 90 Day standards is that we have to have more and more bluster, more and more bombast. I don't think this had a lot with it.
I like them as a couple. I think just like you say, trust your cast.
Trust your cast. Trust your subjects. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on to who knew?
Gatlinburg.
Who knew this was actually kind of sweet?
I thought, okay, especially his vows. I'm going to recite them in toto.
Why did his friend say them though?
I thought about this.
Can he not read?
Shea's illiterate. I think he was afraid he would get emotional.
I have never seen that where someone has
I haven't either.
An avatar at their wedding that reads their vows.
But I honestly think he was too afraid that he would be emotional and he can't cry in public because he's a Southern man. Because
I once went to a wedding where they played like music and they both read their vows pre-recorded and they played it over music.
That's weird. That is so weird.
It was so weird, but I saw it once and it was so weird. It was all like,
I met you and I knew you were the one for me. And a really like, that is so fucked.
Yeah.
So it was just like this weird cinematic.
Yeah.
So everyone just sat there while pre-recorded vow, and they just stared at each other.
They just held their hands and stared at each other.
That is so weird. People are assholes. That's a stupid asshole thing to do.
Well,
that's here, right? That had to be here.
No, this was back in Oklahoma. I was a little kid.
That's so weird.
I was a little kid, yeah.
That's just an extra tech element at your wedding that you don't need.
All right, let's not talk about tech now at wedding.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to go down. I will say that this was an example to me of, I've said this, well, you have too, but I've said, we both have talked about, it's okay to have the wedding you can afford. Just have something that's meaningful.
I think he could afford it. I think he's got a lot of money. But I think this is the one he wanted.
The wedding you can afford. And what I was going to say, have the wedding, that you want. Because a lot of times people have the wedding they want and not the wedding they can afford.
Yep, the aspirational part of
and this is what he wanted because this was such a beautiful, simple.
It's lovely.
My only criticism was.
I have a criticism.
You shouldn't make the bride and groom stand in the sun. That looks terrible in pictures.
I agree.
Because it was an outdoor wedding, Allison doesn't love her stepmom that much, or she would have actually put a little bit more makeup on her so she didn't look like a dead zombie.
And the hair is for a young person.
It's for a young person.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That was wedding hair for someone in their 30s.
I'm going to take it back. This is not high school prom, but sorority, like formal in college.
It should have been up. It would have looked wonderful.
It would have looked wonderful.
It would have looked. And the dress, y'all, was like a $25 dress. So it was the best you're going to do. The dress with the hair was giving me Priscilla Presley.
It gave me Corpse Bride.
Actually,
because Priscilla Presley was of the moment. It gave me Corpse Bride because
her makeup.
Her lips looked like she just had chapstick on them.
Yep, I agree with you.
And I know she's used to wearing color because in the Talking Heads, she's got this beautiful red lipstick on.
Looked a fright on her wedding day. I think those daughters punked her.
They punked her. They got her good.
I really did think it was sweet. There, he's like, well, I think Abby should help you with your vows so you don't refer to me as her again.
That was funny. That's funny.
And she says, I'm having she said, I'm having a great relationship with his family now, and that makes me happy. And Shea apparently explained to his daughters last night that she's like, she moved here, and I'm not leaving her in the cold. And that kind of talk is for a different day. What you should have done is said, you shut your mouth right now, you spoiled brats, because we're not doing this the night before my wedding.
Yeah.
But he'll never do that because he's friend dad.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, that was disgusting.
It was. Not even Amar would do that. I know. I was thinking about it. I thought they would. They wouldn't. They wouldn't do it at the wedding.
No, they would do it the day after. They'd say, Daddy, what about the money?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Amar would have done it before. Man, Aunt Peggy and Aunt Darla made my father get a prenup for his third wife. Thank God. He wasn't going to do it. No, but that's why. Because that was such an ordeal. My mother, they understood. You know, obviously they built everything. But for the third, and thank God, because they were only married fucking 2 years. And she left him and he got sick 6 months later. Wow. She still cleaned him out, took the light fixtures.
That is awful.
She's a horrible bitch. And I still hate her.
Sounds like your Aunt Peggy's voice. She's checking his nails for dirt. And I didn't realize it's been a 5-year process for them.
Yeah.
5 years.
It's been a long
Allison
time.
apologized for being a brat. And she says, now we get to move on and start forward. Here's to being my stepmom.
But she even admits, A, she was a brat. She admits, too, I was trying to sabotage their relationship. And she admits it all. Everything we all knew and we talked about, she called it out.
She says, I want her to stay. She's good with my kids. I went, bingo.
Yeah. Bingo. You got a babysitter. You got a babysitter so you can go out.
Bingo. So you can go meet all your hinge dates and join in your MILF mobile.
Do you think Allison is going to be friendly or have a problem with her at the tell-all?
She's going to have a problem with her at the tell-all because she's drama. Nothing's going to change. Nothing. It's going to be the same relationship. Now it'll just be, and then slowly Anabelle will develop the same relationships that Shea has with her.
Got it.
It's I think she'll understand this is not going to change.
I think she eventually will accept that he's going to give her money.
It's too big of a dynamic.
Yeah.
I think she's actually happy now that she's in some place she's taken care of, Anabelle. And she has someone to take now she can take care of.
And I actually think Anabelle does want to have it. I think she seems very family oriented. She wants to be a grandma. She wants to do all these things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get torn. I don't really want to deal with my husband's children, but I would love to be a grandma. Pa. I'd love it.
I don't know. Again, I've
Not
said many times.
Not for you.
No.
Where does Grandma Poodle live? Oh, in the woods, there's that cabin with candy all over it.
Yeah.
Just follow the breadcrumbs and you'll find her.
Why don't you go look in the oven? Something real sweet for you in there.
What a horrifying children's story.
I loved it.
I did too. It's one of my favorite ones.
The more lurid, the better. The better. That's why when I was old enough to check out the original Grimm Brothers fairy tales, I devoured them.
Why hasn't Disney made that cartoon?
Because it's not Disney friendly.
That's never stopped them before.
No, these are gruesome, like violence. People being torn limb from limb.
Yeah, they haven't done Little Red Riding
The
Hood
Grimms
either.
were sick motherfuckers.
They were sick motherfuckers.
Anyway, so y'all, her parents, it's gonna be 3 a.m. So I'm like, could you not wake the old people up? I guess they're just like,
That's what I thought.
We'll see pictures.
Like, come on. Wait, I know her parents are probably like in their 70s. But come on, wake up.
Also, why not her sister and brother and daughter? Why wouldn't her daughter?
Come on. Yeah, it was weird.
It's a little weird. We have had very little mention of her family.
Very little.
I feel like she's just ready to kind of be out of there. But y'all, the wedding, she said she feels happy and beautiful. Well, I'm glad you do, but that hair and that makeup,
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, Shea says, Annabelle makes me want to be a pear person and change my life and change my perspective. So
I'm flooded with emotions.
So these vows, he goes, so I'm going to let my friend Jeff read my vows. He says, I don't know if Jeff helped Shea or anything, but here's what they were. I thought there were some of the most, anyway, I'll say it. Loving you feels like standing in the warm sunlight after years of winter. I vow to love you in the big moments and the small ones, when life is breathtaking and when it's painfully human. I vow to grow with you, beside you, and because of you. And when our hands have grown old and shaky, I promise to hold yours as right as I do today. You're not just the love of my life, but you're also the kindest, sweetest, most caring soul I've ever known. I love you. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I teared up just reading it.
Look, people forget. There's like Southern people are wordsmiths.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
What happened?
Yeah.
Anyway, they do the rings, and Abigail says, I'm very happy with my dad.
Yeah.
What?
She didn't have vows,
no,
yeah.
she probably did. We just didn't see them, though.
Oh, yeah.
And they're teaching her that you got to feed the guy the cake. And, and Allison says, I didn't want her to be here, but I can admit my dad picked the perfect person. And they're partying.
And they're back at the place, and she says, usually can't party, but it's our wedding day, so he can do a little bit. And
I'm gonna he's clipping his toenails the rest of my life. And I'm like, and you had to end on that, you disgusting, filthy producers.
Well,
y'all are gross.
Well, that's love.
It is. It's just there's always a gross out couple, and that has been them. And
that shower meme we did of them did really well.
Whoa. They were the most sexual. They were the most sexual couple.
Yeah, I wish we could end. We should have ended on them, but instead,
no. I think we need to end on this. Catie and Josh.
Now there was I will say, we don't normally y'all said it, but there was it looked pretty legit. There was a Reddit thread that was since deleted, but that basically said Catie is 10 times worse than what we see on the show. And that
someone who went to college with her.
And yes, and I bring this up because it's not really that. I mean, it's expensive, but we haven't heard a lot of Josh's friends. That person said apparently a lot of Josh's friends were not supportive and trying to convince him not to marry Catie.
I guess that's when your stag do has 2 chicks at a dive bar where no one's there.
A bar. This was the saddest stag party at Swell ever. And swell sounds swell for a normal bar, for a dive bar. But come on.
I gotta say, usually stag do's are, I would think, more of a masculine affair. Where was Ryan and the other guy in some of the Run Club?
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have invited them?
Instead, we're at this empty bar with him dressed as a Spice Girl.
Two girls dressing up a guy.
You know what it looked like?
Weird.
You know what it looked like to me? And Y'all, I'm not making fun at all. I have a friend of a friend who knows someone who's like an older gentleman who still identifies as gentleman, but is kind of finding his gender,
Yes.
whatever, and so often she'll do his makeup and they go out, or like, but not even like in a gender way, but as like, you know, when you see people that you can tell when they've done drag for the first time when they go out in West Hollywood, and this is like their night where their friends are supporting them, but it looks rough.
It's that, but it didn't feel like it was a joke.
But that's that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. The person is,
it looked intentional.
Like if I see that, I would never make fun of that person. I'm very supportive because I want to be.
It's not like when a stag do where it's like, yeah, this guy's in a dress. Like, oh, we're all laughing at him.
He's standing there and it looked like, oh, wait, is this? It felt so awkward.
Is he telling us something about his? Yes.
It was felt so awkward.
And even the bartender went, what's all this about?
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Also, though, it's appalling, y'all. To be clear, the Spice Girls are stars in the UK. Mm-hmm. This man doesn't know what Spice Girl he was. I have a hard time believing that.
That tells you everything you need to know. That tells you
they're much more popular there than they are here.
It was that sentence that went, oh, wait, maybe Josh and Catie deserve one another more than we think.
So they're asking, of course, it's always funny when they have to deliver something where someone's in a costume. It's like a Housewives sketch. He's like, well, is there anything you're worried about? And he's like, well, I think it would be struggling for her not to make out with random people. And the poker faces of these two girls,
Megan and Paige, just kind of like, Oh, well, and is your relationship monogamous? Or
and he's like, well, that's kind of the issue. He's like, I've had my experiences. I kind of want to settle down and have kids. And if she's pressing for openness and they're like, that's something you need to be clear at.
Yeah, Megan's like, but the way she said it was like, you might want to clear that out. Like,
right.
You just might want to. Work that out.
So he comes back in the dress. She kind of doesn't bat an eye.
She just smiles and is like, "It's a Tuesday." Yeah. That, and then later on, we see them
in this twin bed.
I knew you were going to talk about this bed. I knew you were going to talk about this bed.
It looks like it's about to fall apart too.
I wouldn't love this. You would lose your absolute fucking mind.
No one is getting me to sleep in a bed, in a twin bed with them. I would not sleep at all. And what if I would be huddled on the very edge of the bed.
You wouldn't even do it Ian Somerhalder?
We wouldn't be sleeping. There'd be no sleeping. 8 hours straight, no breaks.
All right. Gross.
He's like, are we done? No, go get some Gatorade. I'm not satisfied.
Refill my poppers.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So she's like, I'm really tired after wedding prep. And he's like, do you want to talk about anything when we get married? And she's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, I don't want to get married with any questions of things being covered up or blah, blah, blah. And, Megan and Paige, we're talking about the open relationships, and I'm making a commitment to you and only you, and I'm looking for the same in return. And she says in her in the moment, I don't have any doubts about Josh. I just love flirting. I love flirting. And
that's actually not true, because she says in her talking, she wants to be in an open relationship. She wants to fuck other people.
Yeah. And she says, he's like, I just want to commit to one person. That's what I'm signing up for. And she's like, I'm signing up for that too. We're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
I just have an open mind as a person. And then he says, I hope she's choosing me because she doesn't want to feel, it's not that she's trying to avoid being trapped. And she's like, I want to commit to you. And then I don't think that's going to be an issue.
But even though that door is closing.
Yeah. She's still not
Which I wrote after she said that, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I wrote, cut to the tell-all, where it already will be.
Ugh. These two just make me so unsettled. I don't
want to
feel
see them
good
again anymore.
No, they're awful.
Her makeup's going to look terrible on her wedding day, too.
Yeah,
Please
well,
surprise me.
she's going to be a
but it's not
messy,
gonna-
horrible bride.
She's going to do it herself, and it's not going to be good.
Yep.
That's the
That's the show.
That is the show, everybody. Thank y'all so much for listening. Or again, our YouTubers, thanks so much for watching. Hello, we appreciate it. Or to our RG Plus members on the $15 tier, thank you for watching. Y'all, please support our sponsors. They enable us to do what we love, and that supports our show. Whether it's Quince right now, or Rocket Money, or I don't know. We're going to be on the lookout. We do Groons. We will be. I love them. We will be posting on. I think
I can post that. Yeah,
in our Facebook group. We're going to be posting that with our codes. That's something.
Yeah, because some people have RG Plus and they say they're like we want to support you, and what are your ads this month? So we can tell you.
All right, everybody. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you don't know what fucking Spice Girl you are, go back to your country. Oh. As Shekinah says.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that.
There's no excuse.
No. Call us.